I'll start again. Okay, those things are called episodes, right? Because you're living in the modern world. So how can somebody have an episode for a good-looking person? Try to eat out your teeth. Chike, even a ghost can't do that. But unless I'm correct, who's dancing on TV? Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. The body has to be in unison. Unison is like this. The body must be working together. You know what I mean? That's how the world is supposed to be. You're supposed to be working like this. So if I'm correct, it's about money. For money, somebody will dice you for like a pizza for money. He'll make you the toppings on domino for money. For money. Well, if it's money, you can't have a boss every day if you're fired. Well, if you're fired, your boss don't care about you. Well, obviously your boss won't care about you. If it's cheese and chilies and something, then you go in somewhere. They're probably, it's an episode, right? So if it's an episode, maybe it's having an episode now. Well, then if you have an episode, then it has to be criminals. Well, that shit on the internet will turn a black person white. At least that's funny. But it's not a comedy. If he's having an episode, that's why he's taking technology from a vampire. What you're going to do with that is for eternity. So probably as an episode, but probably right inside here. Because while the woman's having an episode, you said it can't affect people. Can't affect. Keep on saying it can't affect you, mate. Keep on saying one person. I'll say, who's this one person? Am I the person? Well, too many people think they're that one person. Maybe at an episode in the Britomat, mate. He checked the Matrix or something. You know what I mean? At the episode in the Britomat, mate. He checked the Matrix, mate. I don't think it's going to open. Not within the next 8 years. You have to make a bet. The whole world has changed. Whether it's 2025, it's not the ancient world. So they've got no right to be coming. The lunatic asylum, mate. How many people in the lunatic asylum? Inside a haunted house. Yeah, but this is not my house. You hassling people for those perfumes. You hassling people for all these things. Without taking recognition that the woman tried the same thing on me to give me sugar diabetes. Some sort of medicine, picking things off the shelf. Malpractice. How long to find a dispute lawyer? Then the person will have a gun. It can't work if you already been paid. The person's dream of cutting the benefit. If you cut the benefit, you cut in your own money. Because it's criminals. Criminals that are dangerous. They probably got the technology. The thing's too basic. It's bland. Especially on TikTok. TikTok is probably waking up. They check it. Hey, I thought this is a joke. Check. Nah, it's not a joke. If you're trying to pay TikTok. How old is TikTok? Compared to YouTube. Way older, mate. Compared to Instagram. They check. Are you primitive? What you saying, mate? Who you trying to diss? What concert you trying? There's no stomach, mate. Don't talk about skinny white girls. But yeah, if you're in a haunted house. So it could be one of a lot of things. It could be Corona. Or it could be the police. Well, the police got no choice. While they're looking at somebody from the Matrix. You check out this guy flying around. He's not Superman. Then they start looking on the internet. You say, am I stupid? Then they probably quit their job after that. Check out, it's not part of my job. Then they'll say, I don't blame you. Well, I'm telling you straight, like a gangster, you're allowed to call the police. They all call the police, but not really. But you're allowed, mate. You've got to come to the point where you say, this is bullshit. They may be at the episode, mate. Because from up in a crane or something, maybe he can survey the whole thing. Then maybe they check in, am I mad or something? But if you got binoculars, yeah, stand on your roof, mate. We'll see who's man from mouse after that. Then you'll see living in these places. Is the point of packing up? Yeah, but it's an episode, mate. If you want to lose weight, all you have to do is stand up and talk to yourself. That's the first time you're going to empower yourself. Because it has to be the water. While if you got someone giving someone hemorrhoids, imagine a fat person. Somebody that's got a plan. How can you make a plan from the ancient world? You can't get vampires technology and scavenger shit. Some African or something. Maybe that's the mad person. Mad. Is this the same person we're talking about? The person that's now primitive in the struggle? Well, oh, and be tied, mate. The $2 hustle is finally fucking the muscle and the brains are not working. But the empire of nonsense is behind the empire of bullshit. But that even exists in history. A lot of stuff is not telling you. For one thing, it's all junk. You just got to come to the point in your life and just say this is all junk. It won't also fuck with them. Make episodes, mate. Because you'll be surprised who's watching. It can't be one person. One person can't backpedal, mate. Just backpedal, check. Hey, I'm calling the police, mate. You know what I mean? Just start checking. Hey, you know what I mean, mate? Check what's going on, mate. Then they just check how comes you're not in prison. Well, because the white woman is deluded. You know what I mean? To be honest, I can hear voices. Am I mad? Did I hear a voice? Yes, I heard a voice. So I did what you're asking, mate. You're repeating yourself. What a frap, a phone tablet that's for a business. A business that's got nothing to do with that. You can't finish with skinny white girls or whatever that is. Somebody that's throwing everything. It can't be at one person. For the rest of your life. How are you supposed to even go to Unitech? Yeah, but Unitech is the best thing to do, study timber. Because the world is going to timber. So the person who's going to do a job like that is capable of seeing something flying in the air, mate. Somebody like that. How can it be one person in a haunted place like this? And outside the garage door could be 1 million Russian soldiers. Do you see stupid on my forehead or something? Do you see what you see tattooed, you idiot? Don't talk nonsense, mate. You're doing that for money. The problem with you, you're afraid of the cemetery, mate. And the rest of us. And the rest of us, you living in a mansion. And the rest of us must be living in the skrilla. Yeah, but probably the thing with the person, mate, he thinks those things are going to change the situation. Not really, mate. With money comes powerful enemies. That if you can't handle even living in the ancient world is a con artist. Maybe the very monster could be writing with the blood, mate. Because there's a lot of stuff you're not understanding. Technology is the best friend. It's reliable, but if it's unreliable, being available is the greatest weapon. Not being unavailable. And English language is very powerful. You don't copy someone. Even if somebody looks stupid. Do I look stupid? Who looks stupid, mate? Who looks stupid in this world? Who looks stupid, mate? The person looks stupid like that has got a better life than you. How can he be a stupid person? Will you stop? I doubt it. It's more likely on the internet. But possibly is having an episode. An episode is what you call those things. Maybe the person will never live to be 80 years old. Unless he's having an episode. Which probably that's the problem with the Indians. Indians, I think that's the worst thing. I'll say not for Colombians, not for South Americans, not for women, not for children. You're not supposed to go to work and die. That's what I told you. Go to work now. After something like that, the realization, mate, that can be squashed. Somebody that's having an episode, what the white person's deluded, is supposed to be in the lunatic asylum. The African person's all right. He done his job. The women must be in a lunatic asylum. Children must be in a lunatic asylum. Old people must be in a lunatic asylum. You're allowed. It's better than prison. That's not a prison. That's a lunatic asylum and a prison together, mate, with something inside. That's why I told you this place is haunted. But yeah, a rich person is better off. Well, it's not my house. Because you hassling so many people for those things. It has to be witchcraft. Which possibly, if you backpedal, mate, then you can see behind you. Well, you can see behind you, know what I mean? Which possibly the person doesn't know technology. You just tell the cops, you have an episode. Imagine every single place. Somebody's been stabbed. Somebody's been raped. Or somebody that's a criminal. Now you need to be a vampire, mate. Maybe he's watching, a ghost can only do that. But that's what I told you. If you look carefully, you can see that there's an apparition there, mate. The only thing is, what it's realized is, hey, this is a nigger here. A fucking mad African, mate. Yeah, but that's what I told you, mate. The person probably did jack shit. So probably the cops must have checked, hey, this place is fucking mad or something. Must have been repeating himself. But yeah, probably South Africa's colorblind. But you can't be colorblind and deaf. And all places. It has to be the water. Well, you're asking me to sell drugs. But then you're supposed to be a gangster. You can't call the government. Unless it's a ghost. Which probably, those people, the last thing they saw is a bright light. After the bright light, they must have checked, hey, I seen a bright light. But yeah, possibly. Now I remember. I seen a bright light. Yeah, but possibly, if it's inevitable, then for a criminal can just step out the picture. You know what I mean? Because yeah, it's a job of criminals. Yeah, it's a job. You've got this episode, which possibly for a lot of people they don't understand. For Africans, they check, hey, you've had too many episodes. Rich people come with powerful enemies, which the person doesn't understand. If you're a thief, a criminal, and you're cheating, it doesn't mean you're going to win. If you follow every episode, you'll see that it's a frap, a phone tablet for business that has got a job. You're cheating. Because if you're cheating and you got a house like this, you're trying to do those videos. It's criminals that are dangerous, mate. They're possibly, maybe they're Maratha, Ata Marasta. If it is Bob Marley, then how can you pay somebody millions of dollars? Then someone will say, you're trying the same thing. Maybe in the Britomat is check the matrix, mate. You know what I mean? You check the matrix or something, which I doubt is going to open. Then it doesn't make sense. Are you blind, mate? You don't see some of those homeless people. Yeah, but it's all junk. Junk that the person is dreaming about. So possibly the person threw everything. But it can happen with TikTok. TikTok is deluded. I'll say, who's that person getting punched by the police? Is that you? It's me. So who's under the house? Hey. Yeah, but at this time, mate, any other neighborhood would listen, but not after that. After that, they check, hey, just step back. Just check, hey, I'm calling the cops, mate. Run away. You live to fight another day. You can't fight with a gun and knife. You can't fight with someone having an episode. Then the person will check, hey, who are you? I'm having an episode. You just back off, mate. Just check, you having an episode. Then pack up, mate. There's nothing you can do. That's why I told my parents. My parents, you chose the house. I'm a parent myself. You can't have an episode, mate. That's not allowed in the future. This is primitive technology. You've got to be straightforward. You've got to be straightforward. You attack me with the police. If the woman is hurting Africans, Africans are racist. They're dangerous, mate. So check, what are you trying? Then she's repeating herself. I'll say you're repeating yourself. You can't lunge, throw yourself at innocent people. Especially people that could be vampires. You don't even know what you're doing. And then the person is probably thinking she's going to die. Dead in that world. Woe and betide, mate. You're in the next world. Then there's nothing that anybody can do. When this world is important. So if it's not important, well, then don't be throwing yourself at a criminal or a vampire or even confusing a king of Africans for somebody. You throw yourself, mate. You throw yourself, mate, at Lion King. You've entitled yourself to demonic powers. If you're into those things, The Exorcist, and in a place like this, Milton Keynes or Brayside or these places, Soweto, those type of places, Joburg and stuff, if you look at the binoculars, you check, am I mad? Check, yeah, I told you, mate. Who's man and mouse, mate? You're not listening. Are you deaf? You're not listening to these people. The thing is, a lot of coloreds are dead. A lot of Africans are dead. White men don't understand. White man is persistent. Look on the internet, my friend. You'll change from being a racist. If you look carefully on the internet, not just Google, just look on the internet, mate, and look how close you are to somebody like that, and you're isolated. So the best thing you can do, make episodes for the inhabitants. Is this the same place you're talking about? The same island? Perhaps the guy is fishing right now. So you need to make something for yourself. If you follow the straight path, then the police can only help you. Then you just check, I'm from the same place. Is there any way we can swap? This place is haunted. I believe you. I quit my job. I seen something on TV. It's got Lamborghinis and stuff. I believe you. Is this place haunted? Yeah, but it's probably haunted. Probably it's not listening. It's probably worried about a few $1 million. Without taking into a reality. If something's happening in the matrix, well, that's what I told you. The person is starting off from the same place. So probably the person is saying, well, to hell with the thing. What's the point of doing something at the bitter end? The bitter end, you could say, hey, there's people dead. You say, at the bitter end. The bitter end, you just speak to the hand and just step back, mate. Speak to the hand, mate. Don't talk to me, mate. Just speak to the hand, mate. Just Ooh, you can see how good looking I am now. Speak to my hand, baby. I got a girlfriend already. Speak to my hand, baby. I got children and stuff, mate. I got a full license. Speak to my hand, mate. It's not from a cereal box, mate. Speak to a hand. I can do welding and anything you're talking about. Ooh, don't have an episode, mate. Unless I'm confused. Am I confused? No, I'm not confused. Just speak to the hand, mate. I got my own gang. I got my own members. I told you, mate. January to December, mate. But you're allowed. You're allowed to ask for help. Not everybody can get help of the whole universe. If the universe is talking to you and they say one person, then you don't steal an essential part of a business unless you can do something with it. Even if it's the government. The government is the least of your problems. If you're living in a world where the white people are worshipping the devil and you got someone like Marilyn Manson, is no problem. But if you live in somewhere with lizards and then perhaps you've got somebody that's not interested, or if he's confused, he doesn't know tattoos or something. If you just tattooing something, mate, or something you don't understand, or it's throwing everything, you just got to come to the point and say it's all junk. It's all junk, mate. It's just junk you can't take with you to the next world. So you don't do something, you spare yourself a lot of trouble, mate. From the mental freedom, we'll see who's man and mouse. You're trying to hit somebody, mate, without even knowing what's going on. You think, that's it, mate. You're having an episode. Well, that's what you call those things. So you just tell somebody, hey, I'm having an episode. My children's having an episode. You tell them, otherwise they check, hey, like this, check 1, 2, 3, mate. In the fucking paddy wagon, mate. Guys, they can just come and take you from your house, mate. Unless you got a file, mate. You know what I mean? A file about this big. But how many people got a file like that? If you're repeating yourself and you're walking around a haunted place and something's watching people. Am I correct or am I wrong? You're saying it's one person, huh? Well, then that's how I found out. Yeah, but the thing is, the person is sending you places that are unlivable. Now the person is misunderstanding. Maybe they got igloo. Igloo, you got electricity like this is for a business. And this is a frap. It's a phone tablet for a business. So probably the government would have checked, hey, mate, you stuck with me for eternity for that, mate. Well, probably they could be after the music. Yeah, but probably maybe went to hell and back. So I say, good, you went through hell and back. Everyone went through hell and back. Yeah, but you borrow. You don't damage. Especially something so essential. But maybe they didn't do a damn thing. Or else, you blaming Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is better than you. Maybe he's a colored. Maybe he's going to benefit also, mate. Well, a rich person's got rich enemies. Don't just blame everybody. Unless you got evidence. Something be available. It's better to face the darkness than try to sleep. Sleep now at the end of the world. How can you sleep now? Now it's the bitter time now, mate. So it can't be a cicada. It can't be a cricket. So it can't be nighttime. Well, the sun can't shine forever. The sun can only shine for one person if there's a system like the Matrix. And you're on a $2 budget. Then you just check you're on a $2 budget. What? There's your $2 budget, mate. Fast slaps, mate. Take you on a $2 budget, mate. What budget? One more time. There's an awkward silence for that, mate. You can feel God is watching you, mate. The sun can't shine forever, mate. You're still not at home, mate. If you get back home, there's something waiting for you, mate. Is a difference between other parents or somebody that's conning everybody. Yeah, but TikTok is an organism. Maybe he's looking there, checking, am I dreaming? Nah, you're not dreaming. $15 billion, mate. Probably the person is saying, how does it pay for itself? TikTok, you just send a message in and out of TikTok. Haphazard, HNF, hard and fast, mate. Like our man wants to have sex. Hard and fast. Not something like that. Yeah, but now what's the time? The time now is it's the bitter end. Now I check, I got my own girlfriend. I'm trying to tell you, mate. I got a girlfriend. Can I tell you anything else? What's the point of telling you something else? Not all people are the same. But probably he learned his lesson. But that's a long time ago. But yeah, probably you borrow. You don't throw everything. It's like, You don't throw everything at anybody. Not the police, not the government, not now. Now you just say, well, if you don't want to study, other people have to study. But you can't throw everything every day. Like whatever this person was doing. If you want to find out what somebody's thinking, then you just knock on the door or just phone someone. Don't throw everything at somebody. I did start worrying about junk. Have an episode. What's an episode? You haven't seen an episode of Mangro Mob? Have you seen an episode of Headhunters? Have you seen an episode of D West Nest? D Wicked West? Have you seen an episode of DJ Slaydem? Well, then I don't blame you for running away like that. Well, unless I'm confused. Well, that's how I seen something. Yeah, but these places are haunted. Yeah, but if it's haunted, you swap. You swap technology. But if it is extraterrestrial, wherever there's crumbs, there must be a cookie. Wherever there's a cookie, there must be a biscuit. Where there's crumbs, there must be cake. Where there's a smell of nyama, there must be barbecue or something. Where there's some sort of spider sense. If it's 80% in your mind, it's only 20% impossible. If it's only 20%, it's 80% possible. You got to be specific, mate. Especially with physics and economics. Or with all these things that are introduced. If you're learning from a foreigner, then in a business you just categorize. But if you're uneducated, then 80% is not a pass in everything. If you 80% fail, 20%, come on, mate. Mate, come on, son. If you're 80% correct and you're 20% shy of killing someone, are you sure, mate? Is the person in prison or did the person escape? Be specific, mate. Is he still out there? But yeah, that's what I told you, mate. It's better just to say it's all junk. Leave something for yourself. It won't only give you confidence, then you can see what I'm talking about. If you're depending on an igloo or electricity in a place like this, in so quiet, that's the sound of Russian soldiers leopard crawling with hyena soldiers or something, which too often the person is trying to scamper off, which more likely with those people has got no backup plan. So all you do, cast a spider web and catch what you can. That's like a fishing net. You're the police or something. You know what I mean? The prostitutes, the criminals and stuff, he just threw a net and caught what he could. Well, then he's probably caught everyone. Well, that's what I said. He threw a net and caught everybody. If that's supposed to be the servant, yeah, you got to be careful who the master is, mate. But first, yeah, probably, if I'm incorrect, it's a net, a spider web. It's the same thing, isn't it? So if it's impossible, what if he throws a net or something, which the person will start checking, hey, this guy start lunging at you. You still can't lunge at somebody. Even if you're not caught in the net, the worst thing to do is get out of control. At a time now like this, at this time, mate, I'll say, hey, you bring in junk. I say, my junk. I'll say, yeah, everything of yours is junk compared to colored people. It's all junk, you know what I mean? Junk that the world has changed. From that pretext, that state of mind where you take in the just throw in yourself. Then I say, how many people are you killing? That's your business. But if you're doing something in the wrong business, this business is not that business anymore. The last time that was years ago. That's why people are checking, the same person is back. The only difference is it's much worse. Like probably the person is not understanding. Get drunk about it. Then that's the only thing that can make a difference. My dad is probably scared like a lot of people. But possibly it's a bomb, a JDAM or something, which he can't understand. Well, I'll do the same thing. I'll check, what you trying, mate? You messing with my girlfriend, now you messing with my business. I'll say, I don't know if you're going to kill me. I don't know if you're going to flood the place. JDAM somebody, give somebody Top Gun, mate. Check, where you going, mate? You try to escape and leave me in this mad place. Where you going, mate? Cut off his escape. Well, if you want to cut off the escape, there's a lot of things you can do with being available. If you're available for the darkness, then you change to that side. But in the shadow's got no limit. You know what I mean? Got no limit records, which possibly you don't understand unless there's 0 people. But then if you get involved, then you take in responsibility. Responsibility for some nigger that's killing people, mate. Or some deranged white woman that could have been killing your own family. Thousands of people. Now you still want to help that person. Did I throw you out of a spaceship now, mate? I'd go like into the atmosphere, mate. Say fly out of here with your junk. Just open the vacuum of space with everybody inside. You brought this fucking problem. Push a button, it's the vacuum of space. Take your fucking problems. Blame somebody like that. You have to be realistic, mate. But yeah, this episode is supposed to be therapy. So it can't be the government. How can you blame the government? The government is under pressure. But the mind is a separate affair. The ears probably is connected himself with something that he's assuming is better. It can't be better than a vampire's technology. Probably because he threw everything. It doesn't have to make sense. Well, if you want to know from a business point of view, you do your job, not making sense, then you must get paid. So if you're not going to pay someone, why are you starting off like a gangster? If you've been paid already. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense if you copy someone. Then if you copying somebody and is doing stuff from the Matrix, then maybe the person will be confused. But if he's confused, then maybe he's blind. But if he's blind, then it can't be people. Because it's impossible to be standing behind you and shooting people. And is on the run in so many places. Who's this person? El Chapo. So what you worried about? What's the difference between an Indian or a white person? There's no difference. The only difference is you follow the law. If it's parallel, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist because it's hidden away. Doesn't mean it's horrible. If it's horrible, then it could be the Antichrist. It could be what he's dreaming about, exorcist. If the person's a racist, then you apologize. Then you check, hey, I'm mad. Then you check, I'm not mad, you know what I mean? Check, hey, you started to sweat now. You check, You just got to come to the point and say it's all junk. If it's not junk, then how can you take it to another world? You know what? The person's probably digging through junk. One man's junk is another man's treasure. But trash is trash. If the person's smelling, is fucking smelling. If the person is ugly, they're ugly. If the person is fucked, they fucked. If there's something spooky, mate, then it's a bit late. You need to call the Ghostbusters. But now is not time for that. It's time to see what's going on in the world. The only way to see what's going on in the world is on television. The only way to distract yourself is with your hands. If you're on drugs, what the fuck are you supposed to do with somebody? You just pack up and run away, mate. Check out, hello to you. I got my own children and stuff. How can you be fucking seeing a ghost? And then you repeating yourself. But I can hear voices. That's what you just take. That's enough, mate. I'm calling the cops, mate. You call the cops, you see something like that. Then you just say, wait a minute. Do you see Woody Woodpecker, mate? How Woody Woodpecker runs away, mate? Just say, what happened, mate? I'm out of here, mate. I heard a voice. Yeah, but these people, they're on their own level, mate. You can't carry everybody's junk. If you're going to do something like that, to throw you out of a spaceship, mate, to say, that's the same person who brought this thing, mate. Now you want to bring that thing to another planet. Do you see stupid on my forehead? But yeah, it's called an episode, mate. An episode, maybe the person will check, am I mad? Probably it's junk. Junk, because the person will say, junk. That's not junk. Somebody that's dangerous. You'll probably flood the world or something. And then you check, who's this person? This person could be so close to you that you wouldn't even be able to recognize the person. Then you'll probably be talking about the ancient world. The ancient world is over, mate. What are you going to do, mate? Are you going to throw everything at one person? You're not learning, mate. You're not learning from high school. You're not learning from work. You're not learning from the white people. You're not learning from Africans. Are you deaf? You can't throw everything at somebody. Somebody that could be dead. Or even try to go back to Africa. If you go back to Africa, mate, it could be the biggest mistake of your life. Try to go to Africa with no money. Africa is another type of place, mate. Scavengers, vultures, mate. Deluded people on TikTok, mate. But in this episode, mate, you can't try to throw everything at somebody. Anyone can go to the government. Unless you're scared of the Jamaica government. Well, I don't blame you for being scared of the government. I can go to the New Zealand government, but what's the point? The game of life is for eternity, mate. If you're going to play games, well, then don't play stupid games like that. If you're going to be saying it's gout, or how can it be gout? One person must check. What's going on? Yeah, but it's a comedy, isn't it? It's supposed to be funny. So don't be laughing at somebody that's better than you. It's got a better life than you. It's got a white Lamborghini, grey Lamborghini. You're living in a haunted house. You never buy a second-hand property. Or you're inheriting the problems. Real estate is a different game, mate. The economic side, mate, doesn't work out. If you're a liability, then you're a liability to the mafia. If you're an asset, that's a different story. But if you become a liability, overnight liability, overnight failure, it's not a success if you're taking credit. You can't take credit and copy someone, especially a vampire. You can't take technology of a person that's dead already or try to force somebody that's living in a place like that. You throw in everything, mate, at a business like Lion King and take somebody's business things. It's a frap. It's a phone tablet. It's still a job. Well, if you're living in this mad place, then educate yourself, mate. The more education, the more of an asset you are, not liability. If you become a liability to the exorcist, or you become a liability, then you're not an asset. Then you're now a liability to everybody. Then you'll find all doors closed, mate. It's not saying you have to live here. I don't have to do anything. I can just go to another part of the city, mate. I don't have to do anything. You just have to tell yourself it's junk, to be suicidal. Well, it's inevitable, not for everybody. The name of the game is to live, mate, not to be a liability. The name of the game is to be an asset to education, or to at least have a $2 budget. What can you do with $2? You can't do fuck all with $2, mate. But on a $2 budget, you're talking a load of shit, and you're talking a big game, but you're on a $2 budget. What up? Who you talking to? You got $2. You become a liability, which too many people don't understand. You become a liability to the mafia, or you become a liability to a stranger. Being famous is different from being nameless or trying to be available, not unavailable. If you're on a $2 budget, you want to be available. On a $2 budget with junk, I'll say, it's all junk. How much money in your bank account? $2. Lock your mind. I'm not stuck here. Why do I need to be stuck here? I can just jump in a Lamborghini. I'm not stuck. You're stuck in this place you chose yourself, trying to get a job. A job don't work like that. If you're a liability, it's not an asset. If you become a consumer, what bullshit are you consuming? If you're talking shit on TikTok and you throw yourself at the headhunters, well, then you become a major liability, mate. That they make billions of dollars. Well, if you throw in something at Lion King, it's got nothing to do with Maori people. Then you're a liability to hundreds and millions of colored Africans. And calling the police is not going to change. Maybe the police are from Zimbabwe. You don't even know the police, mate. The police will check, hey, you're now a major liability. It's haunted. You put in rats in pack and safe. You're talking shit on the news. You're killing people. You're threatening people. Probably they quit their job after that. Now they found confidence. They check, I lost my confidence. I still don't have confidence. But yeah, if you take in something, you'll probably check, you can't take something like that. Throw everything every day. Then possibly, unless the person's wondering, is confused. He's confused, say one person. I'll say one person. One person, mate. You shy of all the tools in the toolbox, mate. How can it be one person? But yeah, if you got episodes, well, you want to be straightforward, isn't it? Call the cops. The cops will say, you calling me? You're supposed to be the gangster. Don't call me for haunted prison. Then the cops will say, there's only enough space inside here for 20 people. There's not enough space. Say, where's your fingerprints? Where's his fingerprints? How your fingerprints disappear, mate? Got your fingerprints, mate. Yeah, but they don't have my fingerprints. Yeah, but if you think about it, it's the bitter end. The bitter end. The bitter end you have in an episode. And then you're allowed to run away. Maybe the person's having an episode, he could be sniffing coke. But some of us want to smoke. We want to smoke. We want pussy. We want to live here. Not if it's haunted. But possibly, mate. Possibly wants to mess with African stuff. Not hundreds and millions of Africans. Your time on this earth will be limited, mate. You'll be limited by the steps you take in for eternity, mate. There's punishments. But if it's not eye drops, then this is not about it's called an episode. Just be like you just tell somebody, no matter who it is, they can't go after a leader. No matter who the leader is, even if it's the leader of zombies. Can you imagine something like that? You got the leader of a vampire. Or anything that you've mistaken, mate. Something that you created yourself. Something that you created yourself could be a spider web. A spider web of millions of drug addicts. Heroin addicts. Wow, fucker, that's an episode for all those people that are fucking worried about skinny white girls. Could be fucking worried about a dead bitch. Something like that, mate, in the mind. Yeah, but you're not the only person that can hear voices. But probably the problem with the Indian's useless, but it's got numbers. White person doesn't have numbers. Polynesians don't have numbers. Even if there's millions, would you stop sleeping with girls like that until you find 50,000 girls or something? Yeah, but if you got episodes, then you need to leave episodes for yourself, just in case you get blown to pieces. In case it's a real item, mate, then the person will still be after you, and you're in a wheelchair, mate. Yeah, but it happens all around the universe. It happens all around the world. People throw themselves at a king of Africans, not understanding the time and the space and the density of Africans like that. Yeah, but being available, not unavailable, means that you need to do overtime. So it's like if you want to work, you don't remove a business connection. It's just a business YouTube. Those episodes are educational for hundreds and millions of Africans and coloreds, mate. Yeah, but definitely the police will be watching. But they say, I'm not interested, mate. You're supposed to be a gangster. Yeah, but just tell the person they're having an episode. Then the person will say, episode? What you talking about? Tell them, mate. Tell them, I seen something. Then they say, I believe you. They check, I saw something. But yeah, if the woman is deluded, she's supposed to be in the lunatic asylum. My country will say, you fucking stay there. You staying in that country. The last thing I saw was a bright light. Yeah, but you going to my country is the Southern Africa. It's not this mad place. This mad place is something else. It's just like, where's this African? I think I can go home and come back every day. Well, the world has changed. They check, why are you coming back every day? Well, that's not going to last if the empire of bullshit is this far away from nonsense. This far away. Then how's that supposed to last? Not forever, mate. But the thing is, it has to be the water. If the person is a bully or the person's dangerous, just say it's an episode. And then you check out there's millions of Africans. Then you check, I'm not even in the same place, which happens if you're supposed to be in the future. Then possibly, maybe the person is checking, what's today? If you don't pay us, who's worried about the benefit? Money can do something, mate. With money, you can do anything, mate. Well, with that sort of money, mate, imagine what you can do, mate. You can do anything with money, mate. Don't live in the ancient world. The ancient world, niggas will look at you, check you in the ancient world. You'll see niggas with dicks like this after you, mate. You start acting confused. I'll say, don't be confused. Don't be shy about it. Just don't come to our territory, mate. Stay that side. Yeah, but you're allowed to jump inside somebody. You can do anything you want. If you got golden Doritos, golden Cheetos, golden Takis, you got Sadza made out of gold in America. Even where I'm from, which is Borodale, it's just a small piece. But it's got a right reason to be afraid. Because you throw in everything at someone. So perhaps he's not interested. Not interested. You could be talking to God. You're not interested. You could be talking to the devil. You're not interested. You could be talking to the God of Maori people who could just be manifesting in this world to show you that hey, you're messing with a different African. A king of Africans could be manifesting in a repetitive cycle. Could be a different type of culture, mate. If you don't learn where you are, you need to worry about where you are, not where you're not. Where you're not, you cannot be. You must worry about this plane of reality, because dreaming about it, you're dreaming about it so long. Now you checking, are you blind? Then woe and betide, mate. You'll end up seeing that hey, right behind you is what you are dreaming about. Well, it can't be one person. That's not a threat. If you're going to threaten biker gangs like that, Camancheros and the headhunters, they'll all join the headhunters. You don't just threaten somebody and throw something like that or hurt somebody like that. Unless you want to be the pizza topping on Domino or something. You can't do something like that. That's their job. My job is just the brains. You see the brains and the muscle. Now the brains can only see and hear, but the muscle is going to fight. If you're going to throw something at Lion King, at a place that's beautiful, for Maori people, it's not like Africans. They'll say they don't care if it's just a bit of bushes and shrub. Learn where you live. Don't just throw yourself. Whether you're a servant at TikTok, especially somebody, they'll all join. It'll be a one-sided affair because you don't know anything about Maori culture. Maori culture is different from African culture. It's not like I can tell them what to do. Well, not if you're going to throw everything at everybody. And then where am I supposed to live? So they don't be throwing everything at everybody. Then they won't come after you. If you're going to throw everything at everyone, then you need to be specifically clear what you're doing. Because they don't know if you're going to kill Skrilla or you're going to kill me, or if you... It doesn't matter what it is. It's supposed to be a gangster. So you can't start off like that. Well, you shouldn't be doing something like that. Throwing yourself at somebody is allowed. That's what we do. That's just another day in Illuminati. But for them, probably they find in offense. Well, I mean, you find Lion King, the actual Lion King, mate, and you're throwing yourself like that. Lion King got hyenas. Lion King is why I tried to tell you, mate, in the first place. You open your mouth, you see the person is throwing everything. Is the problem of putting your eggs in a basket? If you've got rotten eggs with everyone's eggs, then it can't work out, mate, because you're so used to copying someone. You can't copy the brains of the universe. Because you're asking somebody about the immune system. Don't copy somebody. Don't throw everything, mate, without learning. Because you can have all the diplomas, all the doctorates, all the bachelors, all the university degrees. But if you've got no experience, or even if you can't control your hands, then how can you throw yourself? You can't throw yourself at a business. A business that's associated with the mafia. A business also associated with biker gangs. Then they'll just go onto one side like a seesaw. They'll just go like that. And then they'll check what happened. While you're throwing yourself at a celebrity, somebody that's walking around for hundreds and thousands, millions of people can see from every corner of the country, and then you asking something like that, is probably look behind you, learn what the leader is doing, not what the prophet of fucking insanity is telling you. Are you deaf and you're still following somebody like that to a concert? Is all right, but if you're trying to talk about 60 years ago, or if you're not even understanding the world today, how it's changed, with our technology is not going to work if you're too bland, if you're too basic, and then you're throwing yourself at somebody could be setting a spider web. Well, then what can you do, mate? I can't help you. Well, unless I can search you, but that's how it starts. He's throwing everything. You know what I mean? It's another Wednesday. How can it be Wednesday? In just a few days like that. It's like the 7 days in a week, right? It can't be 8. Hey. It can't be 8 days in a week. It can only be 7, but it can't be 5 days. It can't be 4 days. It can't just be Wednesday. And then you're throwing yourself at a whole neighborhood. Well, as far as they're concerned, that's an episode, right? So if you got no mortgage, you don't own the house, it's only junk. Junk that's lost its value. Junk that's overpriced. It's not worth someone's life. It's not worth losing a friend. Well, it's not worth living with zombies. Well, it's not worth it for the foreigners. That's why so many are swapping. The only thing is there's millions of Africans and coloreds here. At night time, they come out. In the daytime, why would you come out of somewhere you got money? So why will you come out? At night time, they come out. If the woman's deluded, and I'm saying she's confused, she's doing something that she thinks in her mind there's millions of white people. That's a spider web. So you cast a net, and what did you catch? Big dicks and shit, which probably happens all around the world. But the only difference is you don't throw yourself like that, which is not my job. Well, that's the job of these people. Well, that's probably why they check it out. It doesn't work like that. But that's another episode. Well, I mean, I want to smoke. I'm allowed to smoke. Not something like that. That's not smoking. Trying to put a dancing woman in front of everybody. How can a dancing woman like that be in front of us? How can a bum be in front of us? Now we're going to throw you off the ship, mate. How can a homeless person that has to stop in this country, mate? Unless I'm correct, you went to the government. Am I dreaming, mate? Is that cicadas, mate? Or is that a rattlesnake? Well, that was a good trick. Well, that's why I told you lizards, mate. Yeah, but this episode is learn where you're from. Don't throw yourself at any leader, any of these powerful people, whether it's Kanye West, Rico Strong, DJ Slaydem, Skrilla, anybody. If you throw yourself at one of those people in the modern world, then of course the person, it's for borrowing, not for destroying. The woman is so used to hurting people, she doesn't understand. Look on the internet, woman, and see how bad it is. Before you throw yourself at an established business like that, look on the internet, know where you live. Because for their culture, they'll probably check, in their culture, even though it's just a small street, it's not Zimbabwe, it's not South Africa, it's not America, it's New Zealand. But this is not New Zealand. It's not foreigners. Well, for the foreigners, they'll probably check, hey, the wrong foreigners. There could be millions of Africans here. With African technology, they'll check, where's the leader of the Africans? You don't even know who you're throwing yourself at. You don't throw yourself at any leader. Whether it's a leader of Southern Africa, if there's bullshit, they'll just tell you straightforward, like that, straight. You're allowed to phone the police. Well, the police might be from South Africa. They might be from Zimbabwe. They'll check, it's not my country. But anyway, if you throw yourself like that, then the police will quit. They'll check, I quit. Because you're supposed to be a gangster. Well, then you're allowed to call the police. Anything is possible. If you got golden Cheetos, golden Doritos, right? You got golden Takis, golden Sadza. Maybe there's pussy hole and bombo clatis in Onehanga. You could be right there in the Flatbush. You could be right there in fucking Flatbush. That's the problem with you. You could be right there by Sylvia Park or something. If you even got enough confidence to do an episode like that, so why would he listen? Well, because you got your episodes, which could be of a dead person. Probably it's an army of zombies, like what I told you. Yeah, but okay, it's a 50-minute episode. Listen to this bullshit. If it's bullshit, well, you already sat through all that bullshit. So shouldn't you sit through a decent episode? A 50-minute episode? Is it going to make a difference? If it's inevitable, maybe you could do witchcraft. You could turn that negative energy into metaphysics. And then you could live for eternity. Or you could enter the next world, which possibly you shouldn't be threatening anybody. Yeah, but for biker gangs, they'll say you coming so deep inside is a threat. But that's another episode. It's an episode, mate. Don't have an episode. Don't throw yourself at anyone. Man, woman, child, gonzo, rat, anything. Rattlesnake. Don't throw yourself.